Hi YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how to install VMware esxi 5.5 on a server. VMware esxi is a free software. It allows you to set up multiple virtual machines on one single server or computing device, and gives you access to them from another client on another PC. The server I'm using is my trusty HP ProLiant DL380 Generation 5. Now, first things first, you need to download the image of the website, burn it to a CD, stick it in the server. You need to go into your server BIOS and make sure it boots from CD drive or DVD drive, whatever you have. And then you need to continue to boot up. It'll bring you to this screen, at which point you want to press enter on esxi 5.5 and it will start the installation. Copying a few files, you could press enter to skip this, but it's only 5 seconds. Patience is a virtue. It's extracting some files. It's a bit time consuming because it's reading files off the CD and sticking them onto the server. The server I'm using has two hard drives, a 40GB high performance hard drive, I think it's 10,000 RPM SAS, and a 500GB SATA drive, both 2.5 inch small discs, hot swap. Only the SAS is hot swap, and I've got them just configured within my RAID controller as individual logical drives. In the future I will be adding some more drives and experimenting with various editions of RAID, such as RAID 1, RAID 5, striping, mirroring, all of that. And if you'd like to see how to set up a RAID or set up some hard drives through your RAID controller, just check out my other videos, should be in there. In this video I'm going to take you through real time, so exactly how long you'd spend setting this up, even if it was on your own server or another PC. These are the exact steps in real time. So if you don't want to watch, skip ahead a tiny bit and jump to the next stage. There's a yellow progress bar at the top. For installing, you have to follow along just as I am. Make sure your server's powered on properly. You need a keyboard, not necessarily a mouse, but if you're going to use it for other things, it's a good idea to have one. And make sure it's connected to your network, so your server can get an IP address. All data will be sent over the network to the client, which is called, I believe, VMware vSphere. More than halfway through. This is probably the longest part of the installation process. Okay, so moving on to the second stage of the installation, and it's beginning to install the components, you literally don't have to do anything. It does most of it for you. There will be a point where you have to select hard drive, and I'll walk you through that. There's another silver bar now at the bottom. As you could see, it's spinning along. That's copying the files. This part's relatively quick. Here we go. So it's some compatibility guide, a link if you've got any worries or anything, go to the VMware website. And now the terms and conditions. If I'm honest, I've never read terms and conditions, but it's always a good idea to read them. You just hit F11 to accept them and continue, and it's scanning for available hard drives. And this is the point at which I will have to select the hard drive, so I'm going to choose to install VMware on a single hard disk, which is a 40 gigabit drive, but once formatted it comes down to 37.23 gig. So I'm going to install VMware on that, and I live in the United Kingdom, so hit enter, and I'm going to set up a password. It's always a good idea to have a strong password, capital letters, lowercase letters, symbols, numbers, quite a few characters long. Okay, so it's just confirming I want to install onto the hard drive I've selected. I'm going to hit F11, get it going. It's now copying the files across to the hard disk I selected. For some reason it's already showing 5% complete. This part shouldn't take too long. Got, what is it, 91% to go. Hi YouTube. I thought it was best I paused the video. It was just taking some silly amount of time from 28% onwards. However, for some reason shot up from 28 to 96 or something, and it's done within a couple of minutes. Anyways, next screen you see is this one. Installation was successful. Remove installation disk and hit the magic button, enter, and the server will shut down. And once it boots up, it will get a IP address from the DHCP server, should you have one. Otherwise you'll have to get it assigned one. Yeah, it should be ready for use, hopefully. Next stage is input the IP address, username which is root, and the password into the vSphere client, and you're up and away and ready to go. So once the server reboots, it will load up all the files. You can see the yellow bar whizzing along the top. All of the files have been loaded. There you go. The server has pulled down an IP address. In my case, the server IP is 192.168.0.38. It's a good idea to go into your router or your DHCP server and ensure that you've got a static IP set for this particular server. And now you're ready to put that IP address into your VMware vSphere client and start installing operating systems on multiple virtual machines running simultaneously. Good software. It's genuinely an amazing system. I do apologize once again for the video and audio quality. Much appreciated for a like, thumbs up, and leave your comments. Thank you very much, and have a good day.